I mean, one thing you and I were talking about before is how stressful it is when you think, okay, I'm going to do this night, and are people going to come? So is that a challenge for you? Like, I think it's a brilliant idea. How do you, like, what do you do for that? Like, how, are you constantly on social media trying to get people?
Trying to, but then I don't enjoy social media, so it's like...
Yeah, I don't like social media.
It's a really real struggle. I mean, I'm on it a lot, and so people would think that I enjoy it, but I don't necessarily. So it's like, it's weird, and we're at a weird time, I think, between, especially with like events and things, because people want things to be free, which all mine are, but then when they're free, they're not as almost like not as appealing.
Because if you're not paying, then who cares? It's like, like the value goes down. Yeah. So
but then no one wants to pay. Yeah. So it's like you're kind of caught between...
What's the sweet spot on that?
Yeah.
Yeah. You're trying to get people to come. You're like, okay, well, there won't be a barrier if it's free to people getting in. But then if... You know, we used to see this a lot with pricing records we were trying to promote. So if it's like, if something's £3, people are getting like, well, it must be crap if it's only £3.
Exactly.
You know, if it's like £20, it must be amazing inside.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So I could see that being a definite like hard thing to do, and like how you promote it. You don't want to over promote things online.
Yeah.
And especially like I do not like social media, but it's like a necessary evil.
Yeah.
And that I find it quite intrusive, and I don't like it, but you have to use it.
And it's weird how, especially with like promoting, you've got the old school way of promoting, i.e.
Which is what would
posters,
you say? Yeah,
and stuff. You know, that's like if
you've
you've got
still
a night.
work.
Well, this is the thing. It's such a. It's so. I don't know. It's sort of like unresolved whether it works or not. It's so hard to judge. So there's the sort of posters thing, and then there's the social media thing. It's like the battle of the two, and it's like, what do you focus on more? So it's trying to find a balance between those two, and it's really hard to sort of...
We had this guy, when I lived in San Francisco, that was like, he was the go-to guy in San Francisco, and his entire job was he'd like built up enough clientele that he would just hang stuff on the telephone poles. And I think there's something, if it's kind of like nostalgic for pre-internet. I do think that does give it some sort of validity. Yeah. But then who's your audience? You know what I mean? Your audience is getting all their information online.
Exactly. And then, but then you're like, well, there was a certain part of my audience that use social media and they couldn't care less about posters or even look at them. And then there's another bit of your audience that are like, they'll only look at posters. They'll specifically go to areas that have loads of posters and look for the night. So you're kind of, I guess you're kind of like, you've got a sort of, there your people doing that and there your people doing that, and you've got to cater for both, I guess.